Welcome to the treasure room.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Prepare for vault door opening.
Hello and welcome to the show, everybody. Oh, let me move myself over just a little bit. There we go. Hello and welcome, everybody. Welcome to this Vault 45. My name is Kismet. They call me the Gaming Tycoon. We're going to play some games today, everybody. We're going to have some fun. Now, put a 1 in the chat if you can see and hear me. Man, finally some time for 76, man. I've been having a rough time, as a lot of you know. Because of my medical issues. But today we're going to play some 76. We're going to get some time in today. I am so far behind on my season, everybody. I got to get in and get it done. Feel free to come join me. Jump on in to some 76. We're going to group up and get into some trouble. We got a bunch of stuff going on. I forget what's going on this week, though. I did I make a little thing for all of you guys. Watch out for that crazy guy. And I put it down below my stream down here for you. So let's see, January 25th, which is tomorrow, to the 29th, we got Treasure Hunter and Double Mutations. I put all the new codes in there. And then Minerva, oh, I think I missed Minerva. Minerva was the 22nd through the 24th at Fort Atlas. It's okay. I have most of her patterns anyway. But it's a good idea to double check that because it just does make it easier to remember. Because I actually not only made it for all of you, I made it for me too, because I forget. I forgot, and I'm the one who made that thing. So there we go. And I tried to get that going on. Now, I appreciate Wisp, by the way, who whispered me a new thing about Partner Plus that's coming in May. That if you have 100 points, this is for Twitch. If you have 100 points and you're just an affiliate, by the way, you can also register for this. But if you have 100 partner points, you can actually get a bigger split of the monthly thing. And that would really help the stream, everybody. Holy mackerel. I'd be able to do way more giveaways and other fun things like that here in the stream, because I put every penny right back into it again. Then if you reach like 300 partner points versus 350, then you get then you also get the next level of whatever it is. So yeah, that's pretty awesome, I think. So if you ever want to subscribe to my channel, now's a good time. Or really, ramping up into May is a good time for sure. Now, my big goal is to one day reach that higher tier of Partner Plus, so that everything that I do here, I can, of course, expand it and do more giveaways and more stuff every single year. That would be awesome. Then, of course, raise more funds for charity and so on and so forth. That's the kind of stuff that I would love to do here, everybody. So I appreciate Twitch actually doing something smart. Hopefully, they don't roll it back in like a week. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I like to wait about, a couple months after to see if it actually does the thing, or do they roll it back or whatever. You know how it goes. You know how it goes, everybody. But they are trying to make a smart decision. I told them that exact thing, everybody, years ago, and said, look, you should let the people who are working really hard and really, doing a great job at their stream have 70-30 as well. This way gives them something to shoot for, something to, some big goalpost that they can be proud of when they hit that thing and say, look, I hit Partner Plus. Bam, I hit that 70-30. Now, see, in the old days, I could have already had 70-30 as a partner, went way back in the day when I had a lot more subs. But now, the ups and downs of the internet and of life as well, it's tougher to keep that sub thing up. So that's why I always say Patreon is your best way to help support the stream. And the reason why is because right now Twitch takes 50-50. So they've been taking 50% for the last 12 years of everybody's income. So why they're not profitable, I have no idea. They're getting charged way too much for their hosting and their conversion and whatnot. I don't know what the heck the deal is. But the other thing is the fact that on Patreon, even if you say you sub for $10 here on Twitch, right? So they take 50%. So the creator gets 50%, right? So the creator gets $5. But if you go to Patreon and you do $5 over there, it's 95% to the creator. So the creator gets slightly less. It costs you half as much, and it supports the creator more. So that's why Patreon is always the best place, because 95% of it goes to the creator, and 5% goes to the PayPal fees. None of it goes to me. All of it goes right back in the stream. That's how that works, everybody. So that's why Patreon is a great place to support my stream, and then all of that just goes right back into it. All of it right back into the stream, all back into projects and other fun things that we do here on the stream as well. And occasionally, like equipment, it'll go into where I don't buy that much equipment anymore because I have all the stuff that I really need. Actually, I probably have more than enough now because I'm all, let's take it to the nth degree. Let's, really do, 5 different platforms at the same time, which I'm doing right now. Twitch, YouTube, the other one, Kick, Facebook, and LiveSpace. Also streaming to those on top of Twitch as well. So I think that's a good change, everybody. We'll see how it rolls out. That's going to help a lot more creators hang in there a little bit longer, maybe to that point in which they become successful. So very, very cool. I think a very smart move on Twitch's part. So thanks for the heads up, and I'm going to go ahead and shower you guys with a bunch of love for that heads up. I appreciate that. Give you guys some Kiz Caps to get your days going. I see Aki in the chat today is our first one in the chat. What up, Aki? You're the first person I see in the chat. I think there was a couple more people before that. Hold on, I got to go over here and roll back. Yeah, Ems and Dragon Wolf were in there before. I usually do it on my combined chat, whoever I see first on my combined chat. So thanks for hanging out. I see Foggy's in there as well. M's coming in. What up? Rotisserie G hanging out. Paul bringing that love. What up? Dio in the chat showing that lurker love. I appreciate that big time. Yes, I'm still starting up. You guys, whoa, crushed it at 7 retweets. You know what? Let's double that up for crushing that before I even got out of the startup screen. Very, very nice. Yes. Very nice, Ems. We crushed it. We can do it. I love it when you guys work together in the chat. Look, it's a big old smile. I love it when it happens. What up, Flux? I heard you say hi there a minute ago. Thank you very much for coming in, or a couple of minutes ago, and hanging out. H2O hanging out in the chat. Thank you very much for those ones. Appreciate that as well. Rotisserie G popping over to Kick over there and to YouTube saying hi. Appreciate that. Big time. Oh, the mighty TARDIS in the chat. Hey, I've been missing you, TARDIS. We haven't been running around and getting into trouble, but we're going to try to do some today. So feel free to jump in, TARDIS. We're going to have some fun. Thank you for the love, Aggie. I appreciate that as well. I say we get right into it, everybody. We've been missing out on all the fun over on 76. Let's go do it. All right, here we are getting out of the thing here. Let me turn off my tell me nothing. There we go. And then I will go over here and do all my basics. So let's start by collecting all the sweet, sweet loot sitting right over here in my base. Let's grab, oh, almost missed the adhesive there. This is a good habit to get into to play for a while. Oh, all my water is already gone. Already gone, but that's okay. We'll grab what we can. To do what I call the resource run in my actual base, because there is a ton of generators that I have that I use for grabbing resources. And then it's a good idea to go in here and see if you have any fusion cores that you might want to charge. So we'll put all of those in there, charge those up. Man, I haven't collected fusion cores in a really long time, which is awesome. It's one of my favorite additions to the game. Everybody see, look, I still have 28 other fusion cores in there that I don't really need, and most of these I don't need either. I'll go down to 5 fusion cores. There we go. Because I'm not using my fusion cores all that heavy anymore. I'm mainly using the 50 cal. And that's super useful. Let's see if my mute fruit is busted today. Doesn't look like it. All right, good, good, good. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Now, see, I'm grabbing a bunch of stuff here just in case my some super mutant comes in and hits it or whatnot. Over here, there we go. Very nice. Okay. And we got all those resources done. Now, I think we have a boost, so I think we could get our boost on today. Let me get my crew in here as first. Bronchi. If I don't know who you are, Bronchi, you got to say something in the chat. Say, Kismet, that's me. I'm Bronchi. Otherwise, by the end of the stream today, I'm going to go ahead and deny that over there. We'll get Tardis in the group, and then we'll go ahead and create a public team there. We are in the public world, which is always fun. You can chill out, have a good time with random peeps in there. I always kind of like to roll over and see what level people are at. Around the wasteland, level 29. All right, there's a lot of low levels in there, but also I like to see a good combination of low levels and high levels as well. That means new peeps are either in there starting a new character or they are new to the game, which is awesome. I like to see new peeps coming in, hanging out in the game. Let's go in the atomic shop, see what we got. Let's see. Oh, we got new stuff. Okay, what do we got over here? Meat logger already got. Oh, I'll take some free caps. Thank you very much. What do we got? Army-based theater chair. We've got sinks and let the good times roll bundle. Oh, this is the bowling alley. Oh, look at that. Cool. What's the Nuka-Cola thing? Oh man, we're almost out of items. Include a soda fountain brewing workbench. Oh, that's the brewing workbench for brewing stuff. Oh man, I just want that workbench. Wonder how much just a workbench is. How much is just a workbench? See, yes, they got the auto axe paint for the Fanatic there. Very cool. Taggarty's kit. So Taggarty's little bunker. Oh, that's another good one there too. Oh, so much tempting. Fanatic scrapper bundle. I guess I have most of this already. Yes, I think I do. What do I not have? The red industrial floodlight. I don't think I really need that. I like to save it just in case I don't make it to the end of the season. I can use those points. Oh, the Brotherhood bundles are now in there. Oh, I paid actual money for these. But looks like they got different stuff in there. They had a bundle that was in there. I was like, you know what? I'm going to support Fallout 76. I'm going to go in and buy that bundle for the scouting thing. And I thought that would make a great, like, Kismet kill box, but it gets destroyed so quickly. If you, like, put it by where the Scorch Queen is, and then you have to constantly fix it all the time, just keep that in mind. But it is cool looking in your camp, though. It is very cool, and I love the way the door opens, because the door opens has a whole, like, a sequence of the Brotherhood thing. Very, very cool. And then I also have this one, which is the cool Brotherhood bunker. Now, it kind of looks a little different than the one that I've seen. Oh, look at this. Cool monitor thing. That's cool. Oh, and you got a DEF CON sign. Oh, and the weight bench. Ah, well, if you do a lot of strength builds, the weight bench alone probably worth it there. I like the chalkboards. I like that one. Brotherhood Field Station. That's different than the one that I have. The one that I have is up on a pedestal, and then these things are flat, very much like this one here, but it's smaller as well. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, that's cool stuff. I think I recommend that, especially the DEF CON thing is pretty cool. And then we have Taggarty's Thunder Bundle. Oh, what's this? Yeah, all of that. Oh, and it's got a cool bunker thing. Oh, they do such a great job in this, everybody. They do such a great job. I like the power armor. Power armor is pretty cool. Probably this is the coolest thing in there. Is that actually a thing? Pose. Yeah, steel guard post, which is the other thing. Paint, display frame, thunder paint, a pose, and a pose. So pose, pose, thunder paint, this one. Display frame, thunder armor. Brother of Steel guard post, that's this. Military huddle kneel pose, and Brotherhood Steel porch kit. This is probably the porch kit here. That's cool. Oh, that's another cool one too. Running out of atoms though. Running out of atoms. Got to be smart with my atoms here until the season's over. As well. Oh, and the Flyboy bundle. Very cool. If you want to do that. What else we got in here? See, I'm missing out on all this cool stuff, everybody. I feel like these guys are just absolutely knocking the home run, everybody. All that cool stuff that they have. I think they're doing a fantastic job of all that cool stuff. Okay, what are we doing? We're at 3:19, so we've got to probably hit the top of the hour. I'm only at rank 60. I got 40 more ranks to go, everybody, and Valentine's Day is coming up. So who knows if we're going to make this or not. I should probably just kick on that bundle here in just a bit because, hey, it ain't going to save me past the season. So let's see. Dailies, complete a daily quest, eat a cake pie or candy. Oh, candy's easy. I got tons of candy laying around. Cryptid, legendary enemy, scrap junk to produce bone. All right, that's all doable. Let's think about our weeklies here. Which one do I not want to do? Probably kill a gulper. Gulpers aren't too hard, especially if we get the proper quest for that. Right now, oh, eviction notice going on. I just saw it start up. Collect stem packs or chems. That's probably the most annoying one of all of those. I mean, these are all possible, but let's re-roll that one, see if we get an epic. Collect legendary modules. That one, let's re-roll that one as well. And, take a picture of the grafted monster. That's pretty easy. So what I typically do is on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I re-roll my weeklies to try to get epics. Because it's going to give me a lot more. But we didn't get any epics there. But we should probably turn on our boost anyway to get that going at some point. But right now we've got eviction notice going on. So we definitely want to switch on out. Go in, bring up our team medic, because team medic is always a good one. Come on, there we go. Took a few seconds there. And we want to go ahead and head on over there. We're going to bring up our power armor. Good idea to clear anything that we have on us and get in that power armor and get it going. Now, if you do want to, whoa, what the heck was that? Put the fusion core way off to the side there. That was funky. And then we want to go to eviction notice. Now, eviction notice is one of the ones in the game that give you the massive amount of legendaries. So we're going to jump over there and see if anybody started it. Sometimes they do start it ahead of time, and sometimes they don't. As well. So yes, I went in there and I bought a bunch of atoms to purchase that military thing for the Brotherhood. Show a little solidarity for Fallout 76 because they had been working so hard on it, and they came out with a lot of great stuff like Wastelanders and other fun things like that. So showed them a little bit of love a while ago. And it looks like they come out with even more cool stuff, which is awesome. All right. Get up here in my little perch. Oh, turn the sound on.
Take care of the radiation in the area. Keep it running.
Crank that down just a little bit. All right, tag them and drag them. That's what I do. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to look for baddies, and we're going to try to hit on them so everybody in the group gets a thing. It looks like somebody like instantly killed these mobs down here. For sure. Yeah. Now what I did is I put my team medic on, and this way if I heal myself or anybody else heals themselves, it'll heal everybody nearby. What most people are waiting is for the low side here as well. They're waiting for the low side to basically hit the legendaries that are down here. Reload. And the real trick is try to get a hit in before all the one-shotters go in and one-shot all the mobs. Because you're not going to get any XP, and most of the time you won't get any drops either. So you're literally standing here for no reason. Sometimes up to 10 minutes, and you'll get like 0 drops and 0 XP. It sucks. I feel bad for new players who come in and try to do it. See, look, as fast as possible, they try to eliminate the legendaries. I just kind of shoot down in there, try to tag them a little bit, and then let the other people burn up their ammo on them. There we go. We killed a legendary enemy. We got credit. I think I missed that one down there. See, that one did not come up and it's not highlighting. That means I missed that one at the bottom because I didn't tag it quick enough before it died. That's the way it goes. Now, I highly recommend if you are new to the game to get yourself an explosive weapon. I happen to have a 50 cal explosive weapon. You can get shotguns, pipe rifles, all sorts of things that do explosive damage. So even if you miss the mob, you just aim kind of toward his feet, and you'll still get credit for that particular mob as well. I feel like I'm a little low here today. Look, I'm low on my standing. I think I should have been up a little higher, but that's okay. All right, there's one there. Usually they also spawn underneath where I'm at. You usually get like 3 of them, so you try to get a hit in on as many as you can. And then also accounts for the rest of my crew too. If I just tag them lightly like this, they'll get the XP for that as well. Now, if you're not in a group with someone and they instantly kill all the mobs, then you don't get credit. So I just kind of tag them a little bit. And there's always somebody who's going to be in that high DPS mode, and that's okay. Sometimes you want that high DPS mode when you're taking on bosses and things like that. But I don't necessarily need to insta-kill mobs. That's just not my thing. And I'm looking out for other Vault Dwellers who are out here, especially low-level 57s who are out here trying to get, some drops and try to get some XP. Now the funny thing is, this person right here who's appearing to be low-level, that could be their 5th character. Who knows? There could be their 5th character, and they've got their super, what's known as tweaked, which means they have a lot of high-level gear already, and they are just absolutely owning anyway, and one-shotting everything across the wasteland. You never really know. But I always try to err on the side of caution, so dude can get a shot in there, and then he can get that loot and get that level up. Keeps way up on the top there. Again, I'm just trying to glance hit any of those and try to, drag them down to the center. One way over there. And over there. What you want to do is you want to tag all of these, but you want to be ready to tag all of these in the low side. So you're getting that loot. And again, you only got to do a little bit of damage. Yeah, they spawn right there where I was shooting. Awesome. And me, I'm in tanky mode, so they can shoot me all day long. I got plenty of stem packs as long as I'm paying attention. And it always it affects the spawn depending on where you're standing too. So they'll spawn way down here if you're standing up here. But if you're standing down there, and it will just keep moving the spawn further and further back, depending on where you spawn. Where you're standing is where they spawn. So that's why I usually stand kind of up out of the way so they can spawn in that lower side. That's why I don't run up on the side up there and block the spawn over there. The whole point of it is to make as much spawn as possible so as many people can tag it as possible. So everybody's getting the XP and everybody's getting the loot for sure. And then it's pretty mellow. You just gotta chill here, and then when I pop my step pack there, it also heals my crew as well. And so you want, you know, to let it go for 2-3 seconds. You don't want to leave them forever, obviously, because you want the spawn to keep going. I basically just keep dragging them out into the open, and of course I just stand here and take the hit while everybody else is tagging. And then, of course, combined, everyone's gonna eventually annihilate them anyway. Because you don't want to leave them around because they'll run down and they'll destroy this thing down here, which is what we're defending right now. A little tower defense kind of deal. And you're going to get an absolute ton of legendaries from this. This is actually the best legendary spot in the entire game. It used to be the White Spring, and then they nerfed the heck out of the White Spring, sadly. Because that was really fun. Again, see, I'm just trying to shoot in the general direction at their feet. And try to tag them. Now, once I've tagged them, oh, there it goes, boom. Once I tag them, then I can move on to whatever else I'm trying to do, right? Tag all these guys down here. There's one back there, a fire starter that I'm trying to hit. There we go. And then I try to take out that vertibird too. I try to also bring people's attention to mobs. Just by shooting in that direction. Like there was a fire starter back there, so I started shooting back there, and then people are like, oh, someone's shooting back there, and then they'll turn around and hit those mobs. Good time in between tagging to reload, like right there, before these respawn in the low side. We also got a thing over there as well, which we'll check out here in a minute, because this has got like 2 minutes left, and that thing usually goes for about 5 minutes. But if we miss it, oh well also. And if I miss some mobs in here, it's no big deal, everybody. It's not like I need the resources. Not like I need the resources or any of that. The number one thing that I need right now is the XP, really. The XP is the main thing. So if people are one-shotting mobs, well, I'm missing out on my XP, and I'm missing out on my season, and so is everybody else. Because they're trying to forward their season based on XP. So you kill so many mobs, you get so much XP. It then gives you a little bit of points toward the next part of your season. So yeah, that's the real reason why you want to be part of these events, is try to get as much XP as you can. You can use your XP boosters, which I'm doing right now, using my Kindred Spirit, which is basically means that I'm getting a bonus to XP. I also have a bunch of other bonuses to my various stats that's helping me as well. Like intelligence bonuses going in the group, as well as intelligence bonuses from my buffs that I got as well. And these mobs are probably the hardest mobs in the game too. They're very scaled up, which is good in the long run if you think about it. There we go. Speaking of getting my points, there it was. We have 9 more seconds. We'll see if we get anybody else in those 9 seconds. Somebody way up there. Yeah, dead now. Dead now. And then that's pretty much it. And then, of course, we get crowd control, which is a named thing. There we go. And then we get a list of loot that we're going to get as a drop. We'll just let that list come up. The thing that I'm also looking for at this point is new patterns that I might not have already have. Am I going to use those patterns? Probably not. But look at how many legendaries, everybody. There's a lot of legendaries. Great place to go and get yourself a ton of legendaries in a single thing. Now, also, if my crew grabbed a bunch, that's another thing. Now, notice down here that this stuff is highlighted. They added the ability to highlight mobs that you've already killed. This will actually allow me to loot again. And you're like, well, why didn't it just loot it all the first time? Well, there's a cap to how much it'll loot in a single round. So you have to kind of do it twice sometimes, even if you are close to that particular area. I have basically like a rule that I do is I go and I loot multiple times. And also it's your distance from the loot that you're killing. So if I'm really far away, like some of these mobs over here, I'm not going to get credit for those, AoE looting wise. I have to walk over there and then AoE loot, and then I got a bunch more from hitting those. And then the next thing I will do is then run up on top, because I tagged a bunch of them here on top as well. And so again, I love the highlighting of the dead mobs, and I love the AoE looting. This is something that should be rolled back into Fallout 4. Of course, you could always get a mod for it. I'm sure there are plenty of mods for all that stuff. Remember, if you can think of it, modders have already thought of it and probably made it already. So keep that in mind when you are thinking about doing mods. And we're going to go ahead and hit T over here, and we're going to see if we could just go right back here in the corner, which I usually do, and find myself a nice little spot. Someone hasn't already done it. Just keep walking until it turns green. That's what I do. And there's probably some other peeps who put theirs down. There we go. Who put theirs down, which is why I have to put mine back even further. Now, of course, if they have the same one as you, well, then you could just use this one that they put down. But for me, I go in and I like to make sure that I have this particular one because it has a lot of things that I need. Look at all those miniguns. A lot of miniguns. Now, I go in and I scrap all this. Now, why do I do that? Well, one, you can see it's also a daily. But also, so I have just an absolute crazy ton to loot. Remember, this is my 6th playthrough. I restarted from scratch on this playthrough. Actually, every playthrough I restarted from scratch. And I have tens of thousands of resources. So much resources, everybody, that it's really irrelevant if I really scrap these at all. I could just throw them away at this point if I wanted to. But it's a fun habit to get into to keep all of that loot nice and good to go. And there we go. We got our bone done as well. Man, we got a lot of good stuff done in just one thing. Any extra ammo that I have now, I can just hit T and that'll drop in there. And this tells me that I have some legendary weapons that are using these particular ammo. Because if you have the weapon on you, it will not transfer the ammo. One of the actually real brilliant thing they added to the game. So very, very cool. Cool idea there. Now, also, I can take a look and see if I'm overburdened. I'm 348 of 350, so that's pretty good right there. And, of course, this is why I have my camp where I have it, is so that I can go in there and basically sell stuff to the vendor that's nearby. And sometimes you might want to go and get a bunch of resources first and then sell to the vendor, or just sell the vendor straight away. I typically sell straight away unless an event like that comes up that you don't see all that often. You might see it once per day, depending on if you're jumping servers or not. I see you over there. Jumping servers or not. Now, most of the legendaries that I collect, I never do anything with. I basically just get rid of them, right? The dragon, the Gauss rifle, all of these things. Because you know what? They take up space in my inventory. And inventory is at a premium. Now, another smart thing here, if you have a lot of legendaries, sometimes I do. Not as much anymore, because I typically am not collecting as many as I usually would. But you can sort it by value, and it will put it all the 1 stars at the bottom. And thus, you can just trade out all the 1 stars first, and then trade out the larger ones. Or you can go by weight, which is another way that I like to do it. Sorting by value. Oh, there we go. And armor. Sorting by value, and then sorting by weight. So the one that's the heaviest right here, which is this one, which is 15, we could trade that out and get 45 for that. Now, of course, that's going to go real fast because, wow, that one's 15 too. because what's going to happen is going to use up all of your legendary points very, very quickly. So I find if you have more 1 stars, then you do that. But I try to get rid of all the 1 stars and then see what happens. It does like an odd number. And then you have to try to figure out how to fix that odd number by the end of the day. Now, the ones that are the easiest are the weapons because they're on 5. So it's fairly even. So you go 5 and then 10 and 15 and 20. And you can get that evenness a bit easier. But doing this is really tough. So now I have to get 43. So basically I need a 1 star, just regular armor, right? I need one of those, and then I can just trade one of these. So I'm just going to assume that I'm going to get an arm one and just trade out another one here, which is going to give me 20. That's 24. Let's get a 41. Oh, I got no more 40s. Okay, so I have 2 24. So this is going to be even tougher. So now I do a 24. It gives me 19. So I could get one that's level. I can get an armor that's going to do 3, which would take me down to 16. Right, so that's all thrown me off already. And so I'd have to work out that math. So I could do 3 regular armors, which would be 9, and then 2 1-star weapons, which would be 10, and that's how you work out the math for that. Or I could just not worry about it and say I have 1,700 of them right now, and usually I forget, and I have like 6,000 of that. And all of that is you're trading in your legendaries so that you can, of course, put legendaries on your gear, which is awesome. An incredibly great change to the game. I think that you can put all those legendaries and change the legendaries that are on your gear. Why do I have all of this in here? Why is my secret armor? Oh, that's because I have it sorted in such a way that it's at the top. I was like, why is that at the top? There we go. Now, if you notice, I put Z on all of mine. This is something I learned from Fallout 4. I put Z on it so it's down below. So all the ones that I'm trying to trade are up here at the top. And so I'm going to put these in my stash so I can trade them out tomorrow or whenever I feel like trading those out and getting rid of those. And then also I have a bunch of baseball grenades and other random junk like that. That I do like to trade out with the vendor. Now, actually, if I'm out of my power armor, I am actually doing better trades than if I'm in my power armor. And this is, again, another reason why I use certain types of items, like the fashionable glasses here. Now, if I inspect the fashionable glasses, the actual fashionable glasses in Fallout 76 do nothing. They're squat, right? But I use them in Fallout 4, so they're like my trademark glasses. Actually, my glasses I'm wearing right now are inspired by them. And so I typically wear them anyway. But helmets and glasses, for some reason, do nothing in the game for one weird choice. I don't know why they chose to do that, but that's on them. Nothing to do with me. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and sell all of this other random stuff that I have right here. And all of this. Now, see, if anybody needs any of this also, they can buy it. And if they need to eat that food or whatever, it'll be in there. All the diluted stuff, I sell that stuff right away. Oh, we got super stems on me there. Radaway is another great example. That's way too many Radaways. You only need a couple of these. You're going to get absolutely a ton of those in a day. Probably have more stem packs than I really need there. And then we have different mods and whatnot. I don't keep any of these mods. I just sell those or scrap them, one or the other. And let's see, what else? Some purified water. We can get rid of that. That's just going to come right back up again. Anyway, we're at 549. And then I probably have an absolute ton of stuff in here that I want to get rid of as well, because it does backlog. Yeah, look at 200 stem packs and over 130 of this. Let's get our lunch boxes out of there. I like to use those up as much as possible. Now you can also see that I have some other stuff that didn't show up in the vendor. The boiled milk, the Brahmin milk, caraway boosters. This is all stuff that you can't sell. And a whole bunch of spoiled food as well that we'll put in there and refine here in a minute. Now I try to get this stuff done in between all the other stuff that I'm doing. We definitely could sell some of these stem packs. Go in here. Hey, sorry, what's 549 divided by 8?
549 divided by 8 is 68.625.
Oh, so 68. So let's go 50. And we'll get that done. And then we'll go in here and we will sell some more of these stemmies. Let's go like 90, and then we'll put them back. And you'll see I just sell the stem packs directly to the vendor. Now, the vendor resets once per day. And, hey, sorry, what's 149 divided by 8?
149 divided by 8 is 18.625.
All right, and then sell that, and then bam, now he's got 5 left. Now, when you get down to 5, I have 274 bobby pins, so they don't weigh anything, at least it's not as much as they used to. And now I can go ahead and take that out. Now, there's actually a great little trick that goes along with this if you are buying certain patterns, especially on when it's double caps. That's really super useful. And I'm going to go ahead and do it right now. And I'm going to bounce over to the White Spring entrance over here. And we're going to run over here and get some among the highest in patterns in the game. I never make them or use them, but I'm like a collector, so I go in and collect. I'm a collector in game, not in real life, everybody. I don't like to collect stuff in real life. Then I just have tons of stuff everywhere. I like to collect stuff in the game where I'll go in and try to collect all the patterns, even though I probably am not going to use them. Now, there's a bit of a spoiler over here, everybody. I'm going into the White Spring bunker, so warning, this is going to be a bit of a spoiler as going in here. All right. So I can run in, and I can hang a right, and I can run down into here, and you can see we've got the science wing and all of this. This is the science wing here, and then we run all the way back here in the genetics lab. And these things here are like vendors. So you can go in there and you can trade in there. Now, you have to do a whole bunch of quests first to get to this point. It should allow me to trade. Come on. There we go. Or a little bit of delay there. And there's a bunch of stuff in here. And you can get different resources and whatnot. And you can kind of go through the different things here. And you can see you can buy these different serums, right? So some of these serums is like, your max health is reduced. You do more damage, lower your health is. That's a great one for really boosting your damage. Grounded, Plague, Speed, Demon. Your movement speed and reload speed are increased. You require more food and water to stay alive. Muscles, your melee damage, and unstoppable isotope. You can take melee damage. A radiation effect will be created. This damages your foes, and so on. It damages you and your foes. So basically, you're like giving off a radiation burst at them and whatnot. Now, I never use any of these, everybody. I never use any of these things at all. But if you want to see how much cash I've already made in this run, you can just say, look, 1,700, 1,700, 1,700, 1,700. That's how much cash I've spent already buying all of those patterns right there. And so I go in and I just choose the next one in a row. Now, if you notice over there, right now the vendor has 0 because all the vendors are tied together. So he has 0. So if I go and buy one of these, because right now I have about 19,000 caps on me, and I never save caps, like trying to get 1,000,000 caps or whatever, because you can't get past a certain point because there's a cap on how many caps you can have. So I just say, okay, boom, I buy that thing, and now you see the vendor has 1,400 again. And so basically it allows me to clear the vendor, then buy something, then it brings the caps of the vendor back up again. Now, it's on a reduced amount. So also I suggest that you learn this straight away so you don't accidentally buy another one and then you have a double one, which is not good. And so I go in and buy that out. And then it, of course, brings the vendor right back up again. Then I can go ahead and pop back, or I can do it right there at that vendor as well. But I can pop back to my camp, and I'm slowly buying out all the patterns from all the vendors that I find, including player vendors. Now, if I buy it from the regular vendor, their caps are going to go back up. If I buy it from a player, the player gets the caps, which is typically why I run around to my team's camp and spend my caps there so that my team is getting stronger. They're getting more caps and whatnot as well. All you fellow Teamwork Tycoons out there, typically I'll try to buy at base. But if I have enough to buy it from there, I will get the vendor back again. So that allows me to go in and clear some more stuff from my stash. In here, you can see I've got a bunch of other random goodies in here that I should be able to take out of here. Oh, I was fermenting some whiskey and stuff in there as well. And so I forget which of this I can actually use, so I'm just going to take it all out of there. what I can sell and what I can't sell. So I'm just going to take it all out. Now, the spoiled stuff, that stuff you could leave in there. That's definitely not going to sell. And then go back to the trade person, take all this food and drink, and yet again, sell all this stuff off. And see, there's actually dailies for all of this stuff as well. So you might need some canned dog food at some point, or some pre-war food, all of that stuff you might need. But it doesn't do me any good sitting in the bank. And you can see that stuff wasn't worth that much. It was still got $13.40 left. And so I can sell some popcorn. I can sell stuff that. But what I usually sell is my stem packs and things of that nature. So because those are high value items. Like right here, I have 104 stem packs. Do I need to keep that many stem packs? Well, if I'm running the silos, probably a good idea to have a high amount of stem packs. But I also have super stem packs as well. So I can keep those or sell those. Now, typically, I actually like to use my super stem packs up. So I'll go in and go into my wheel here where I have my stem packs as number 5. So I press number 5 on the side of my mouse and use it. So I'll go ahead and swap out my normal stem packs for super stem packs. This way, when I'm healing for a lot more in a single round. So that means that I can go ahead and get rid of a lot of my stem packs here. Hey, Siri, what's 1340 divided by 8?
1,340 divided by 8 is 167.5.
Okay, so I can go ahead and sell 167 of these, which doesn't seem right to me, but let's go ahead and give it a shot and see if it's good. Yeah, so there we go, 1336. So bam, I just cleared out a ton of my inventory, and I end up with 30 stem packs left. And you're like, Kismet, now you don't have any stem packs. It's okay, I'll get plenty. I'll get plenty in the game. They have made the game a little harder through the one Wasteland, which they added a while ago. Do I need 130 super stem packs on me at the same time? Absolutely not. You absolutely do not need that much on you. But if you notice that I'm still not overburdened by those super stem packs, if you look at my character over here, I'm 181 of 350, and that's because I have a perk that goes along with that. Right here, Traveling Pharmacy, that reduces it by 90%. So I could, in theory, carry around that many super stem packs, but it's completely unnecessary because I don't need that many. Now, the same thing with my stem packs here. I don't need that many stem packs on me, just a few to res people, because you need your regular stem packs to res people. And how many super stem packs am I going to use in a day? Maybe 30 at the high end. So I can go ahead and take that out and look at, even though I have that perk, it'll still drop that way down. Now I'm down to 164. So again, trying to keep the minimum amount of things that I would use in there. This way, just less chance you're going to be overburdened when you're doing an event or whatnot. Speaking of event, we have an event coming up. Uranium Fever going on right now. It's been going on for 10 minutes. This is one of my favorite things, too, is to show up at the end and get credit. I might be able to get credit. Let's go over here and switch out to, I'm in team battle. Also, I should have been in buying and selling mode of my perks there, and I would have got a better trade rate on some of that stuff. But I've already got maximum charisma, so my trade rates are typically maxed anyway. All right, so let's get in here. Oh, a bunch of guys coming in here. Let's tag them. Yeah, 3 minutes left. I love showing up at the end because I don't really need to do any of these events for resources. Really, it's just for XP. And then some of these are really tough to tag any of the mobs, right? Like I'll shoot in there, I'll shoot in here just to kind of preemptively tag some mobs here. These guys are not getting shot. And I'll tag a bunch of mobs here. I probably should bring up my power armor here in a second. Get that down. There we go. And get in there. Now, normally I use the power armor for the jetpack, but as you can see, I have a jetpack on my character and a jetpack on the power armor. I don't know. I love the power armor idea. I think it's pretty cool. Pretty cool idea. There we go. And then this is one of those events you just kind of chill out most of the time, and then you just kind of do little AoE shots in there. Yeah, there's somebody in there. Yeah, there we go. And so I'm getting tagged on those mobs. Tagged on these mobs, and then they spawn over here. They come out of this other side one here. And this is what's so good about an explosive weapon, is that you can just shoot in there, tag any mobs that are down there, and get credit for that. And then also my team gets credit for it as well. Now, sometimes because of the angle I'm standing, I'm not going to get credit for anything in there. And that's just the way it goes. There's also a bunch of mobs behind me in this other spot over here, which I think somebody's already back there because I can hear them dying. And then basically just like a stand around and wait for them to spawn. Yep, see how it's doing the damage numbers? That means there's mobs in there. And there's mobs in there, right? So they added damage numbers to the game as well, by the way. Great, another great change through the game.
Volume extracted and processed. Output quantity increased.
If he gets up in my business, then I wipe him out. Again, that mob is way too far back for me to tag him. He's got to be toward the edge. Guy over here.
Terminated management personnel.
Now there's a legendary guy somewhere, usually in the back here. And a bunch of mobs in there. So I try to tag them for my crew, and then, again, notice I'm not, like, trying to kill mobs. I'm just tagging them. Unless they come up into my business, I just try to tag them. And then everybody here is getting the XP. Shoot a little in there, shoot a little bit in there. I have plenty of ammo, because I make like 100,000 ammo at a time, which means that it actually has a chance of doubling that and makes it even more as you're trying to build. And so it's good to backlog a mass amount of lead, acid, and steel, and then you go in, you make your 50 cal, and you've got just a massive amount of stuff. Now, if I was really trying to kill the mobs faster, depending on the type of mob, I would go in and use a weapon that is very specifically they're weak to. Because in Fallout, certain mobs are weak to certain types of damage, right? Like super mutants are weak to electrical damage, so then not so much radiation damage. So if you hit them with radiation damage, hey, step off, guy. If you hit them with radiation damage, it's not going to do as much damage. And also, I can make ultrasight ammo for certain types of mobs that does damage to them. There we go. And then we can AoE loot all this.
Before continuing operation.
Get some more legendaries. And I usually do it multiple times just to make sure that I've gotten all of the loot that I hit. And then on the way out, we'll hit another one here. And to roll off, roll back on. That transfer didn't come up, which means I pretty much got all of that. And then we're going to need to scrap a little bit because we picked up, look, just in the little bit of time I spent there, the 3 minutes I was there, a lot of weapons. And so what I always do first is I do my weapons first because that's going to be super easy. And then I'm usually no longer overburdened and I just bounce on out of there. And go back to my camp, get that going on. Does everyone still use bloody builds? A lot of people do. I never do. I never use the meta of what everybody else is doing. I say play how you feel is best for you, right? So if you like being more stealthy, you can go with that. If you like doing high damage and do the bloody set, you go right ahead. It's your jam. For me, I do the type of set where it's more about crafting and boosting other people, making other people more powerful. And that's why I have incredibly high charisma. This is a natural 15 charisma, by the way. Otherwise, you can't share those level 5 cards. Like, I can share an adrenaline card, everybody. A level 5 adrenaline card. That means that saves my crew 5 points in their thing. So they can take their adrenaline off, and they have 5 other points that they can spend instead of trying to spend the level 5 adrenaline card. And that's really cool. So I can share stuff like a level 4 bodyguard, which is going to give everybody gain resistance to damage and energy for each teammate, except for excludes me. But I already get the credit anyways because I already have it on. And so on. So I could share level 5 crafting cards. Like if people want to do crafting as well, say they want to do their weaponsmith, which is in here somewhere. There we go. Or makeshift warrior level 5 and so on and so forth. So my build is very much around crafting and collecting gear and just being the gaming tycoon that I am, or the wasteland tycoon as they call me. Basically just acquiring tons and tons of cash, and then I use that cash for the betterment of the wasteland. So this camp is not necessarily for me. Oh, I forgot about my Mirelurk thing over here. Let me get some Mirelurk jerky today. It's not really for me. I built it for the community so they could come in and use all the workbenches and grab all these resources. And really, it's for them to look at every single, what do you call it, shelters. This is every shelter you could have in the game sitting right here. So I've got a bunch over there as well as a bunch over here, that one, and we've got the new one, which is the casino one, the Atlantic City one. We got the root cellar and so on. And so they go through and figure out which one they want, and then they can get that in the atomic shop, or just use mine. They can get in there and use whatever's in there. My actual base is inside this one right here, which is my favorite one. It's called the quarters shelter. And inside there, I keep a lot of random mementos. And there are some things that you can't build in your shelters. You can only build out there. And you're like, well, Kismet, when are you going to fill this up? Hold on. Give it a minute. Give it a minute. Takes a little bit of time to load when you're a giant hoarder like me. There we go. And so these are all my fun little mementos that I have acquired in the game. And I feel like this is probably one of the coolest parts of Fallout 4 and also one of the coolest parts of Fallout 76. This is like a legacy of your adventures in game. What did you do? Well, I acquired a gong, right? I acquired a gong along the way, and I can go in and get out my power armor, and I can interact with some of these things. And I think that's one of the brilliant things that they did. I can interact with the gong, and I can just sit here and play the gong all day long if I want. There we go. And the cool thing is, I always like RP in my own story. Like, I found this over at the sawmill, because there's a sawmill way up to the north. And then I took it and I made this thing out of it. So you can also ride the bull if you want. Let's go, ride the bull. And there we go. Another hat suddenly appeared. He should be taking his hat currently off. But you can see you can ride the bull, and you can ride all the little kitty toys and all of that fun stuff. And a lot of these items have interactions with it, which is the true genius, I think, of the Atomic Shop. You see I've got a little train, and it's going along, and I can turn it on and off. I also got this one here, the future globe of where all the nukes dropped. Yeah, that's now canon, everybody, where all the nukes dropped in those particular places. You can see all the various vault suits that I found along the way, and all the other stuff I have up on the thing, and the Sheepsquatch H, my brother. I've got my little blue suit there that I typically wear as a Wasteland Tycoon. And then, of course, a whole bunch of other things. Got turrets up there in the corner to keep people from getting rowdy, though. You don't really need any turrets because nothing can be damaged inside your shelter. Got a little Vault-Tec clock. I'd love to have that in real life, everybody. That's pretty awesome. And a Vault-Tec bed. And so on and so forth and so on. And then I have a whole bunch of buffs in here and, you know, workbenches and whatnot. And again, more mementos. And the other thing here, all sorts of different specimens and whatnot. I've got the Enclave table over here, which is, you know, you can turn it on and off, which is pretty cool. I love all the interactivity of all this stuff. I got myself a bunch of masks, which I'm not typically a big collector of this kind of stuff because it shows up in your inventory, which is really annoying, everybody. It's really annoying to go into your stash. I'll find one of these, which is your stash. I think it should be separate. See all of these? Now, I have to suffer these at the top of my inventory for the whole entire game just because I wanted to put them on display over here. I think this should be separate, a separate display for cosmetic items that don't show up in your stash. So you don't have to deal with them every single day because that's a visual dealing with it every day. And then, of course, there's a bunch more stuff up there and so on and so forth. And if you're a super hoarder and you've got crazy tons of stuff, I highly recommend the warehouse shelter. Now you're like, well, Kismet, there's nothing there. Again, wait for it. Wait for it. It takes a minute to load all this stuff. You got to remember, it's got to come all the way from the server to my machine. There we go. So you can see I've got a bunch of workbenches in here. But when you walk in here, I call this the Vault-Tec storage. And I mean, I got a lot of stuff in here, everybody. And again, these there's only a few duplicates, but not really that many duplicates from what I'm doing. And you can see I've got, you know, all sorts of little fish swimming in there, little things. We got Gronic up here. And so on. A whole bunch of Christmas stuff, Christmas trees, all sorts of things on the wall. And these are things you can unlock in the game either through the Atomic Shop or through gameplay or a combination of both. which I think is really cool. I love all the different season stuff. You can see we've got one from Rip Daring up there from that season, and as you go through the season. Now, I actually missed a few of the seasons in the very beginning because I was busy doing other things, but these are all cool things. Some of these are from Nuka World or the Nuka update, kind of Nuka World style stuff that are in here. It's kind of like the traveling Nuka World that they actually added permanently to the game, which is one of my favorite expansions right here, Nuka World on Tour. Very cool. Oh, safe and sound going on right now where we can have Edgar be a fail. And again, these are stashes here. These are more shelters, and you can nest the shelters inside each other. So I can go into one shelter, and that'll take me to another one, and another one, and another one, and so on. You get the idea. If we feel like it, we can chill out in here in the hot tub. This is also a great safe place to hang out. Oh, this one's really cool. Look at that stash. Neato. It's a great place to hang out in here, and you can see I've got my whatever the heck that's called, my certain thing from that from the like Boy Scout like thing. I'm trying to think of the name of it. But it basically you can store all your mementos in there. Now, in the open world, people can destroy your camp, which I think is stupid and completely useless, because in my case, I could just rebuild it and like it's nothing. And so can most people. Most people who played the game and who are level 50 or level 100 above, it's completely pointless to just keep doing that PvP. PvP is dead in this game, everybody. It's been dead since it launched, but it is more dead now than ever before. And again, the camp is not really my camp. The camp is really for the public. And that's why all of this stuff that I have in here is not locked, because you can lock your stuff. I can go in and say, okay, well, hey, I want to, keep this to myself and go in here. And there's a lock function. Let me move myself over just a little bit. Lock function right here. So you hold down F, and then you have you can lock different things of different levels. I never do. Because the whole point of it is to leave it there for new players who might be rolling through, or even longtime players who might roll through and want to get some buffs or whatever else they want to get. Like in my case, I need to eat some candy over here for my daily. So I've got some candy on the side. Again, this stuff's all opened up. You can also try to get yourself, oh, there we go. Try to get yourself a Nuka-Cola right there. I got a Nuka-Cola Quantum, which is very nice. And then I can go in and I can eat some of this candy right there, and then I got my daily done, and that's why they're there. They're there to help with people's dailies and help with their buffs as well, and to help them with their stuff. Now, these buffs here are among the best buffs, I think, in the game. And the reason why is because I can just click it, and then do this, and then guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to get 5 plus 2s right now in this amount of time. This one takes the longest, takes about 15 seconds, and this one right here is... you got to play a couple rounds of pinball, but otherwise those ones over there you only have to click them once. The ones you only click once, there we go, perception and agility, and there we go. I got 5 different stats. I've got luck, intelligence, charisma, perception, and agility just within, say, 20 seconds right there, which means that I have a longer effect of those that I can use when I'm doing different activities in the thing. So I've also got Well Rested, which is giving me boosted XP. You can also get different food that will help you with Well Rested or XP bonus, different food for all sorts of different things. And you can boost your stats into the stratosphere, everybody. Really, really, if you go to it. But I rarely ever do because I don't need to. I don't need to have an overwhelming amount of stats because I typically don't insta-kill mobs. I just go in and do my thing. There's an excavator leg in there. We'll put that away. And I did see I had a 1-star there. That actually I could probably maybe utilize. Weapons, I do have a 1-star there. So let's go over here and see what we can trade out and try to make these numbers work. Over here, you also might notice that I sometimes ignore. That's 15, 16, 17, 18, 18. That would be 18. So if I were to trade out the 10... and the 5, it would be 15. And that would be 16, 17, 18, 19. So I'd need something that was 4, and there's nothing in the game that's 4. So that's actually would be a bad trade if I were to do that. The smart thing to do is to save those. is to save them and see if what you get along with it in the next drop that you get. So I'm going to save those and then hopefully remember to trade those in before the end of the day. Basically try to make that with a combination of any armor and anything else I find for the rest of the day. Now, I've got some 19 hours to get the rest of these going. I've got to complete a daily quest. I got to kill a cryptid, and I got to harvest some razor grain and potato plants. And that is really easy to do because I've got some turbo fertilizer over here. And I can run in here, and this probably already came back up again. Yes. Now, they love to destroy my mute fruit over here for some reason. I don't know what it is. Maybe super mutants have a certain thing against mute fruit. I don't know. Maybe they don't like the taste of it. But there we go. So we grabbed all of those. And then also down here, I have a kind of a great use for this little area that you can't get rid of kind of keeping my stuff on the lower side where I can pick that up as well. And then you can see I can do that. But also, if I needed to, I could go in and then just throw my turbo fertilizer down, and it would just automatically insta-grow everything, which is pretty cool. And that turbo fertilizer thing is done through your gold bullion, or I think it was through the event, too, long ago. But you definitely want to work for that turbo fertilizer if you do a lot of stuff with food, which I don't really do, but I just get it because it's another cool generator at my camp that other people can use as well. So there we go. We got that going. Is there anything else in here? We got a bunch of grenades. That oh, I already maxed out the vendor, right? Did I max out the vendor? I think I did. Yes, I could have sold those to the vendor, but we'll save them for next time. And then I have a bunch of weapons that I'm saving, like the cold shoulder and the holy fire and the pepper shaker, which I use for, you know, different dailies that it might need in that particular time. Ferment an alcohol beverage. Good time to do that because I just collected a bunch of razor grain, which is great for fermenting. So we'll go in and see if we can ferment some spirits here. Let's see, how many whiskeys can we do? 2, okay. All right, so we'll get 2 of those fermentable whiskeys going. And then we'll go to our fermenter over here. I just unlocked this recently again, too. I've unlocked it on previous playthroughs, but there we go. We start that fermenting. Now, what we need is we need more of our razor grain. So we'll go ahead and just try to... Oh, I put it back in my thing. I put it back in my thing. So I was trying to throw my my turbo fertilizer down. Oh, man, I got a bunch of them in there. Because I usually keep it as my grenade. So I just go in and then try to do it. Oh, okay, it's not equipped. Sometimes it takes it off of your thing, even though you had it set like that before, which I don't think it should. I think it should remember. And boom, there we go, instant dealio. And then I'm also getting 2 razor grain instead of 1 because I always have my green thumb on. Same thing down here. Poof. And now I instantly get my razor grain back, and I could collect all of these as well if I want to. And you can just sell those to the vendor as well, and make money from all the food and stuff that you're generating. Or you can take it and make it into something and see if it's worth a higher value when you make it into something. What else do I need? Oh, a little bit of corn. Okay, a little bit of corn as well. And instead of having the... we might as well grab all this while we're at it. Instead of having all of this other stuff, I could just have a giant farm if I wanted to. And then just farm all the stuff. Or you could have another base, which is your farm, and then this base, which is just for the public. It's really up to you how you want your base to be. That's the part of the fun of the game. Play how you want, right? Play it however you feel like doing it. You don't have to necessarily do it exactly like I'm doing. You do you kind of thing. I just suggest that you be awesome to other players as well. Don't discourage other players from playing. I think that's the stupidest thing to do. Because then you'll have nobody to play with in the game. Especially when you want to group up and get that bonus XP as well. But some people just want to watch the world burn, everybody. That's just the way some people are. Let's see. What do I do? Carry weight booster back in. There we go. Then you see I put a bunch of that random stuff in there. And then I have a bunch of 8 items that I picked up that I constantly get. I also have a little morbid well down here that does this stuff. You can make items out of all of that, and I just keep stacking it up and then sell it in there as well. Try to keep it out of my inventory as much as possible. There we go. Now also, let's go ahead and go actually into my crafting mode. Here we go. And then I can go over here, and see, the thing about being in crafting mode is it does a one called Super Duper. And Super Duper, oh, I'm not bulking stuff, I already did that quest. Super Duper is a great one. No matter what you're crafting, even if you're smelting down, or in this case, melting down spoiled food to make fertilizer, you can see it makes fertilizer that has a chance of doubling that up. And actually, it's a 30% chance, but it does go off quite often, everybody. So when you're making, like, ammo or weapons or whatever, it'll actually go off pretty regularly. You can see it went off right there. That's called Super Duper. That's a great, fantastic one to do, and I would have that on every single time you craft anything. I would definitely have that in your crafting set for sure. For sure. And there we go. We'll put all of that fertilizer in there. And then also, if you notice that it actually reduced the amount in my stash box because it pulled the rotted stuff out, converted it into fertilizer, and then put it in my stash box, which is part of Fallout First. And the stash box is awesome. Incredibly great if you are a builder. If you're not a builder and you're not going to build camps or any of that kind of stuff, most likely don't need the scrap box. But I highly recommend it. If you play a lot of 76, because you also get that, plus you also get bonuses in your season as well. You can just turn it on toward the end of the season and then come back and just grab all of it if you wanted to. Either way, it works pretty well. But I highly like it right here. Ultrasite scrap supply and a gazebo. Okay, cool. We'll take that gazebo. So I hit T to grab the Fallout First items. You can see there's a bunch of them along the way. Got a score booster there and so on. And we should have used our booster, but maybe I'll save it for next week. Yeah, I'll probably save it for next week because I didn't get to re-roll my epics yesterday. So yeah. I got to kill a cryptid and complete a daily quest. All right, let's get that going on. I think we missed the top of the hour. Let's see if that's still going on. Nope. And it's okay if I miss quests, everybody, or miss events. Again, I don't really need them. I mean, they do help for the scoreboard. And running those is really fun with hanging out with my crew and we battle out all of that stuff. But it's okay if I miss them. You don't need to say, Kismet, you missed the thing, It's okay, I'll be fine. Now, if Radiation Rumble comes up, well, then that's a different story. That's my favorite one to do. It's just nothing but chaos and mayhem, and which is super fun. All right, kill a cryptid. I feel like my go-to place for a lot of these quests is over here at Toxic Larry's. Let's go over here and find ourselves a cryptid. I actually got to take a picture of the... hold on. Let's not do this. Hold on. We'll back out of this. We got another idea. Hold on. Let's back out of this quickly. See if I can get out of here before these mobs aggro on me. I haven't shot them. See, I want to leave these in case someone else needs Snallygaster. So I'm going to back out. Notice they didn't aggro on me because I didn't shoot them. And then I can bounce out of there, just like that. Oh, I got to do my gold bullion, too. I wonder how much gold bullion I've got backlogged. Oh, we hit those 10 retweets as well. There you go. Getting those Kiz Caps in there. Getting that going on as well. Play how you want. Yes, you can be a jerk if you want to be a jerk or not be a jerk. Again, my suggestion is to be awesome. Look out for fellow Vault Dwellers. That's how I suggest to go. But again, it is your game. You play it however you want. Oh, nose itching. What up, Dr. J? Thanks for coming in and hanging out. Appreciate you. As well. All right, so we're fermenting some beverage. We'll wait till that's done. We're going to kill a cryptid, but I thought I had a quest. I think it's a weekly. Hitting the right buttons is going to be super useful. All right, there we go. Weekly, yes, take a picture of the Grafton monster. All right. So the Grafton monster is also a cryptid. So I can run over here, in theory, if he's still over here, and wipe him out, and then take a picture of him and get 2 quests done at the same time, which I love to do. Sometimes you can get 3 quests done at the same time. That's also really fun. I would imagine he's probably dead already on this server because someone else probably had. No, he's not. There he is. What up, little guy? And there he goes. So kill a cryptid, and then I go in and I use my little photo snap camera. Get a little close-up of the grafted monster. Take your beauty shot. And then there we go. So we got 2 things done at the same time. And we didn't have to kill those snallygassers, which are a little bit more rare than the grafted monsters. Actually, multiple grafted monsters. And that grafted monster usually respawns fairly quickly. More quickly, I think, than some of the other mobs in the Wasteland. So, very, very cool as well. Now, also, if I couldn't find them there, I could just go on a private server, which would respawn all the mobs, and then I would get them there. Now, if you do loot an area in the adventure mode, and then you go to your private server, it will remember, and vice versa. It'll remember also if you killed the grafted monster and all of that stuff, which is pretty smart, I think, that it remembers all of those things. Now, I've got to do a daily quest as well, and I think I might have sold all my stuff. Let's go see if I've got any more in here. Yeah, I think I might have sold it to the vendor. But if nobody bought it, I can just go and buy it back over here. And usually all the stuff that I sold to them will stay in there. Like right there, there's some honey that I need. So I'll buy that back, and then you notice that his caps went back up again. And then I can go in and I can just sell some more bobby pins to get those last little 4 caps back, and then I'm back up to 3,500 because I did spend around 17,000 caps today, and I've spent millions, everybody, millions and millions across all of my playthroughs in Fallout, easily into the billions maybe, and potentially trillions, way up there, a lot. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to do my daily quest. I'm gonna need a bunch of honey to do so. I have 2 honey on me. And let's see if we have any honey in here. I think I just looked in here. I didn't have any in there. Interesting that I don't have that much honey. I usually have a good amount. Now, I have a little bee thing here, a little beehive, and it's generating honey. So now I'm at 6 honey, and so I can just wait, and it will come up and do more. Now, also, you can jump to other people's cabs, as well as you can look for the honey in certain locations. So I'm going to jump over here to the giant teapot. And talk to the dude who is my quest giver guy. Now, I usually do this one because this is one you can just finish at your camp. You just keep your honey, you keep like 10 honey for yourself, and then, of course, also blow up all the cars because cars need to die. And because it's fun. Heart of the Swamp up right now. That's a good one as well. And we'll go talk to the dude first. What up, Sweetwater?
I need 10 honey, please. Anything less is insufficient.
Okay, so I actually am already on this quest. See, he said he needed 10 honey, which means that I never turned in the 10 honey from before. So this is a daily quest, and somewhere in here it says 10 honey. There it is. The Strange Brew. There we go. Oh, hello. And so what I can do is turn that quest on as well. And then it'll tell me different areas in which I can collect that honey, which I think is kind of cool. Over here by the Mothman. Now, of course, I always look for the one that's closest to a train point where I can just jump to, right? Like right here, I go to Anchor Farm. And then just go south of Anchor Farm. Oh, there's some other mobs around here somewhere. See, when it doesn't instant fast travel, that means there's mobs around somewhere that you have to wait on. There we go. So you can get it from your camp if you have the honey thing, or you can get it from other people's camp. You can also sell it in your vendor for people who don't want to go around and collect all the stuff. I like collecting the stuff. I think it's pretty fun. Running out here and blowing up cars like that. And then you might see some other stuff you might need, right? Rhododendras or whatever else you need. Those actually scale up to a higher level plant, these suit flowers and whatnot, when you nuke the area. You can also just grab wood. You don't have to make an axe like in the survival games and hit the, you don't have to do that. You just click on it, you grab it, which I actually like in Fallout. I don't think we really need to be cutting down trees and doing all of that. kind of further survival mode. Fire caps, more wood there. I don't need any of that stuff. And then we can see some bees over here. So we can wipe out those bees because they're going to come right for me. Explosive weapons are fantastic for bees. Great way of clearing those bees out. And then we can go over here and see if there's any honey over here. Don't see any. Some wild mewfruit. And usually there's some honey along the side of the trees, which I'm in that spot. I haven't been there in a while. Now, see, something like this I think would be cool, that you could swim down in there and it's like an underground cave. That would be cool. That would be awesome. They have a bunch of those in Hogwarts Legacy as well, where you can kind of dive down in there. All right. Well, I know it's around here somewhere. I just have to find it. Oh, hello, glowing. And more stuff here. So you're looking for the honey on the side of the trees. And don't quite see any over there. So let's just kind of wander around. Now, you'd think it'd be by where the bees are swarming, which would be an obvious choice. I didn't see it over there, but then again, I might be going blind. This is why I'm wearing these glasses. Huh. Nada. Okay. And finding the drops to those bees is pretty tough in the forest. Look at the god rays coming in. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. As well. All right. Well, no moss luck over here. I'm sure it's here somewhere. I'm just not seeing it. Let's see. Now, by the time I do that, by the way, and go back to my camp, it's probably respawned a few more. You can also go to the vendors and see if the vendors have any. I've seen that before, where people sold stuff to the vendor and then you just buy it back, whatever they sold. So if I sell a bunch of honey to the vendor, you can come over and buy it back, or I can just drop it on the ground too, for peeps. As well. And then I can just run back to my camp and see how my camp is doing and see if it's generated some more honey over here. It has. There we go. So it generated another honey. Now, again, I need a total of 10. And I need 3 more to get it going. So we go ahead and try another location. Let's see. I kind of feel like trying over here by Morgantown. I haven't been over there in a while. At least to the train station. Let's go over here to the train station and we'll walk off of there. Thanks for the follows, by the way, everybody. Appreciate that. Professor, appreciate the follow. And thanks, everybody, for hanging out in the stream. Yeah. Appreciate everybody chilling out there. All right. Oh, and there we go. We've got some of our alcoholic beverages fermented. We're going to walk out over this way and see if we can find some honey. Yeah, I think it's past the train station on the other side. So here we go, up and over. Whee! What the heck are you doing, guy? Put that weapon away. Trying to go out like this. There we go. I play when I go between Starfield and Fallout. I use the scroll wheel, and the scroll wheel doesn't scroll out the view, which it should do. It's like selecting your weapons instead. All right, going this way, I think. Yes, okay. Let's see if we can find some honey out here. Now, sometimes the actual animals themselves will have the honey. Oh, and there's that alcoholic beverage. You can find yourself a honey bee out here. That would be super useful. Oh, this is this spot. Ah, right over here. There we go. And so we found 3 honey. Now, what happens when you do that is obviously going to make all the little bees not too happy about it. And you zap them. Like that. And there we go. Now, deliver the honey to Sweetwater. Super easy quest, everybody. Probably one of the easiest quests in the game. daily quests. There's other daily quests as well where you just basically you don't have to do anything and it just auto does the quest for you. There's one that's that somebody else does in the world and then it automatically gives you credit. Oh look, what a surprise! All the things have respawned again. It's mostly useless to blow these up because they're just gonna respawn. I don't know, something fun about blowing up cars. I don't know. There we go. And then we're gonna run over here and talk to Sweetwater.
Oh, gracious, you're...
There we are. Here's your honey. Da 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 da. Clicky 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 to skip past the dialogue. And there we go. Daily quest done. And I usually, you know, try to keep a little bit of honey just for that very reason. And there we go. We've got our dailies done for today. Very nice. And then, of course, we got a bunch of weeklies done, which I wasn't even trying to do. I did get this one on purpose, but these other ones just happened naturally as I was going through. Now, again, I like to try to keep at least some of my weeklies going so I can re-roll them each day and try to get those epics as well. So we got all of that done, and we've got 1 of 3. So this one I'm probably not going to get done because I have to get 3 days of daily challenges done, and we'll have to keep grind away on that. Now Gulper would probably be one I would re-roll as well, and so I don't have to hunt those down. Let's see, what am I doing? I am looking on the scoreboard. All right, so we got a little bit more scoreboard. The poker paint for the Gatman Plasma. And now we're on this one, and then when we get up here, there's another boost somewhere right here. There's a 10 score boost there. And then not too far to the end, but you got to think that typically in the way that I play, you get about 2 to 3 of these a day, because I'm not grinding all day every day. So 2 to 3, sometimes 4 or 5. So let's call it 4. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days left of me doing that stuff to unlock all of that. So that's quite a bit. Now, if you use your boosters, sometimes I get 5 or even 10 in a day. If I'm doing both the weeklies and the dailies. If I started it today at the beginning, I would have got the weeklies and the bonus for the dailies. And then tomorrow, when it resets, I get it for then too. But I think I'll save it and be smart with it and use it for next week and hopefully get Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in, so we get the maximum benefit out of it as well. Okay, so we got that all done. I think that's pretty much it for today. I think we got that all styling and profiling. Plan Tomahawk. I think I probably already have that plan for sure right over here. Oh, I don't have that. Oh, I got a new one. Oh, I got a new plan. All right, awesome. From that daily. Very cool. I love getting new plans, everybody. Very rarely do I find new plans anymore. Because, you know, after a while you get like you hit a certain attrition of patterns that you've gotten throughout all of this stuff as well. So very, very fun. You hooked up your mesh Wi-Fi. Oh, cool. What's the difference between Wi-Fi and mesh Wi-Fi? Why do they call it mesh Wi-Fi? Let me know, Paul. There we go. Okay, and I think that's about it. Do we have any more events going on? I think we are pretty good on our events. We should probably go do our gold bullion before I forgot. I was about to forget here in a second. I like going to the Foundation for doing it. By the way, I still haven't done any of these Foundation quests or any of the Raider quests or just tons and tons of other quests that I haven't redone. And I've done them before. But you know, just been playing the seasons, which is really fun. I really like the seasons. The seasons are pretty awesome. I think they're the genius part of the game, along with the perk system is really awesome as well. The great thing is you can change your perks at any point. At any time, you can change all your points, you can change all your perk cards, and your whole entire set is different. So if you suddenly say, oh, okay, well, screw it, I'm just going to, you know, go do my own thing, and instead of doing the meta, you totally can. Or you can switch over and go meta if you want. It's your game. You do whatever you want. Boom, there we go. So yeah, I'm not too far behind on my treasury notes. Not too bad. Sometimes when you're doing a lot of events, you're getting massive amount of that gold bullion, more than I can trade in a day. One time I had so much in my last playthrough that it took me 30 days of doing it every single day to get rid of all my gold bullion I had. That's a lot of gold bullion. All right, so back to the camp, and I think that's probably good. Thanks to my crew for coming to join me. Thanks to TARDIS and H2O for joining us in 76. Had a little bit of fun in some of those events. Very, very fun. So again, we're going to head on out of here, rest up, and then come back later tonight for some more Starfield at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So big love to my crew. Show them some love right there. Now, the cool thing is, over here, if I move myself over, you can see I'm doing this, and they can actually see this no matter where they are as well. I just saw H2O waving at me there a second ago. So I go ahead and get out the power armor. I like to kind of do what I call the wind down, where you go ahead and wind down for the day, right? So you get that going, and then you, in ammo repair, you might collect all your resources at the end of the day, or you might do it at the beginning. There's popcorn there. More honey, more coffee, more fertilizer. Because when I log out and log back in again, all of this stuff is going to eventually respawn just from me playing through the game. And so I just kind of move to the right, keep hitting E. And if I miss some, oh well. And then now I've kind of collected all of that. And then over here, we can collect this, we can collect this. Actually, probably good to take that whiskey out of there. And bourbon. And then I can sell that next time. We've got fertilizer we can grab, some more Mirelurk stuff. We've got cement over here. We've got more stuff over here. Again, this is one of the fun things to do. Now, your actual food here will go bad. Not on the vine, but in your inventory. So there's a spoilage amount that does happen. And this actually takes time to come back up again. So if I loot it now and I log back in tomorrow, all of this stuff will still be down at that point. He didn't like that. He's like, no, get out of there. And so on. So we can also put all that stuff away. We got ultrasight there. I probably have an absolute ton of that. Wonder how much ultrasight I have in there. Ultrasight scrap 6,265. So you can see I'm not really using my ultrasight. Again, everybody, you can see I've got 9,000 antiseptic, 21,000 wood, 73,000 steel. Again, just the steel alone is a stack weight of 733. So that's almost a little bit more than half of my actual original stash. So that's a lot, everybody, just in steel. And so I have so much massive resources that I can, fix my camp if stuff attacks my camp. I just have so many resources that it's kind of unnecessary for me to do anything else. Even if you look at the highest end resources, the flux, you can see I have 100 crimson flux and 100 violet flux and a whole bunch of other stuff that I could use for making ultrasight ammo or making high-end items. But I don't really need to because I'm already at that level where it's not really necessary. Not really necessary that I do any of that, because all I'm really doing is just tagging mobs and then letting everybody else burn up their ammo, because they're trying to one-shot them all. Now, another thing I can do, kind of the end of the day stuff here, is to put some stuff in my camp for next time. Now, I sell stuff for just about next to nothing here. Just sell it for fairly cheap for my fellow vault dwellers. And I get these treasure maps. I've never used these treasure maps before. And I don't know if I ever am going to, but eventually I think I might. I'll try them out at some point. And then you can see I put everything in for 5. And, I don't go out and actively try to find just tons and tons of patterns. But if I get some patterns, I just do a solid to my fellow vault dwellers. And I put a bunch of them in there for 5, like that. Then this is an awesome surprise for anyone who is low level, who is wandering along and sees, oh, whoa, these are only 5. These are only 5. Wow, these are really cheap, because they might have seen it for, 10,000 somewhere else. And this is a little bit of joy in their day that they found some cheap patterns. And that's why I put those in there for fellow vault dwellers who are wandering along. I don't really need the caps, everybody. I'm good. I'm good, as you can see, by my camps and by all my stash and all my other stuff. I have an infinite money source, and it is called purified water right over here. It basically will keep refreshing and keep going. It's just a matter of time, right? So you look, there's another one back right there. It's just a matter of time. All these generators here is what allows me to have so much resources and whatnot, and not have to go and gather them all myself anymore. And that's where I like to work toward. I like to work toward to where it's doing the work passively while I'm off doing events and doing other fun things that I like to do. So very, very fun. All right, so that's it for that. Now, also another thing you can do is put yourself like in the bed. So that's my bed there, fly trap. And put yourself in there and then get that boost before you leave. And then when you come back, the boost will already be ready the next time you log in. Now, certain boosts only last a certain amount of time, so mostly when I log back in again, I will refresh my character and have him do it all over again, because usually on startup, he's usually sitting in the bed there. Also, when you're inside the bed, like the Venus flytrap, you cannot be harmed in there as well. When you're inside your shelters, you cannot be harmed as well. So if you just want to AFK your character, usually those are two things. I would say shelter is best. There's well rested. I did not get kindred spirit, so that means my my companion's too far away, and I might have to listen to my companion. Usually if she's walking around over here, I'll get credit, but she must be sitting way back here. I put her way back in the corner because I can't stand these NPCs. They just don't ever shut up. Yeah, she's wandered off somewhere. Yeah, she's way over here. She's too far away from my base. Hold on. We got to fix that. All right, girl. I'll stop banishing you back to the back corner. Normally I have her sitting over here somewhere nearby where I can get credit for that. But man, she just never stops talking. She's just like blah, de, blah, de, blah, de, blah, blah. All right, I'll put you back over there, girl. Back over here. Oh, won't let me. Won't let me put it there. Let's see, where else? Maybe over here. Nope. Needs support. Huh. Okay, not good. Not good, not good. How about I put you behind here? Yeah, there we go. If you notice, I keep the game pretty muted as well. So what will happen is when I do that and I log in again, she'll end up on this side, and she'll wander kind of close to wherever that thing is. And then she'll sit there a lot. And I like the girl because she has a vendor. And you can buy like magazines, and you have dailies to do, or you need Nuka-Cola or whatever. She'll have that for sale, which is awesome. A fellow money maker. She also likes to turn into the inspector as well, which is pretty cool. There's a lot of allies and whatnot, and allies have different buffs as well. Some allies do. Some allies are quest allies. Kind of like companions from Fallout 4, except for they don't go with you. They only stay in your camp. So a lot of cool stuff, everybody. A lot of cool stuff that you can get in Fallout 76. We're going to go ahead and head on back out to the main menu. Oh, Moonshine Jamboree up as well. I'm out. Here we go. Thank you, Agia. Thank you. Yes. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. Super fun. Always a fun time in 76. At least I got some time in. I got my dailies in today. I feel good about it. We should probably look up when they're going to do another event. They usually switch the seasons at certain holidays. Like right now. Actually, let me go look it up over here. There we go. They actually do it usually around in February. So let me go see here if they've announced when they're going to do that yet. No, but there's also a calendar that they have. Probably just look it up. I have a copy of it in my underneath my schedule when I'm doing my schedule. I have a copy of it under there. Let's go take a look at it first before we go here, and then give us a general idea of how much time we got left. And I'm going to pull it up here. It's going to take a minute. Come on. Load it up. Let's see. All right. If we look on the calendar, we can see that Burning Love Challenge event coming up in January to February 13th. So maybe around then. Much time we got left? It's the 24th. February 14th, of course, Valentine's Day. Yeah, it's like a week or so. A couple weeks. Oof. Oof. Yeah, we better hurry up. Now, I don't know if they're going to reset for that and come out with a new update, but usually that's when they do it every so often. Because the one we're doing right now started in December. So December through January, and then usually they switch it when a holiday comes up. Oh, we got Foshnot coming up as well. Again, I'm just looking at, I have a copy of the calendar, the 76 calendar. They also spread out the events more than they did before. Normally they were doing a lot more events in a month. And I noticed that they really spread them out for January. And then also in March, we got a lot more events coming in February though. And then we should have more Atlantic City in March. That's pretty cool. They have a second round of that coming out. Special pick. Yeah, Burning Love Challenge event. It doesn't say new season though. It doesn't say new season, so it might go through that season. Normally they give you a heads up. They would give us a heads up at this point when the next season is going. Yeah. Again, season's usually 2 to 3 months long. So we might just get an event. It'd be nice if they said that in game. If they said, this is the end of the season, you have so many days left. This way you wouldn't have to wonder about it. So yeah, Valentine's coming up next month on the 14th. So that's a couple weeks away. We'll see how it goes, everybody. They usually let you know in the news and updates. So I typically am watching that. If you guys want to have that, I'll throw that in the Twitch chat there. You guys can watch that update as well. And again, it'd be nice to get it going. Oh, wait, it does say it. Hold on. No, it does say it in March. It says America Playground Update in Season 16. Ah, I thought I saw it somewhere. Yeah, so we might have a whole month still to do the rest of it. Yeah, definitely says Season 16 in March. Now, you can't see it because I'm in my love train. But if you look at the calendar, it does say Season 16 is March. So we might have a whole month. So we'll see. I just keep going, everybody. I just keep going as much as I can and go from there. That's for sure. And try to get as much in the season as I can. Because I don't like to grind out the season. I think it just sucks the fun out of it. We're just sitting there grinding every single day. Yeah, if that's your thing, more power to you. But for me, I like to do it naturally, like this. Log in, do my stuff, hang out with my crew, go and battle a few dailies and whatnot. Sometimes do daily ops, sometimes do expeditions. But most of the time, just do events and whatnot and try to work in as much time in 76 as I can get. So there we go. And thanks to all these people scrolling up there for all the love today as well. I appreciate coming in, hitting that follow button, coming in and showing that sub love as well. That's it for me, everybody. Let's go ahead and head on out of here. And we're going to go ahead and tell you a little bit about my schedule right over there. So today is Wednesday, so we'll be back tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with some more Starfield, as well as on Thursday, day 76, and then at night we're going to be doing some more Starfield at 3 p.m. and at 10 p.m. I can also be here for Eco, which is going to be super fun, an awesome team-based game where you got to worry about the environment of the world as well as try to stop a meteor from destroying your awesome world that you built up. So we're going to try to do all of that on Friday with my crew, as well as on Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, doing some 7 Days to Die, which we got to massively catch up. We are so far behind, but that's okay. We'll keep working at it. And the part of the fun is having that challenge, and putting that challenge forward. Now, remember, you can't help support the stream by following those links you're going to find right there in the chat, everybody. Go to youtube.com, or unless you're already watching from YouTube, thank you for watching over there. You can hit the subscribe button over there. You can hit the like button on this video over there on YouTube. Remember that all of my videos are archived on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/KismetBP. You can also leave a comment of team fun. down below. I always like to see who makes it to the end of these videos or who's watching live. Leave a comment down below on my YouTube channel of Team Fun. You can also hit the bell and subscribe again over there, which is basically the follow button on YouTube. You can also check out twitter.com/KismetBP and hit the follow button over there. The more you guys do that, the more giveaways and other things I get to do here as well. I do have a giveaway to do. I'm going to try to get that in maybe tonight. After Starfield, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I'll try to work all that stuff in as much as I can. I got a bunch of other bonus streams and bonus games to show off as well. We'll try to work all that in the rest of the week here. You can also check out my Discord and check out the website. Pretty easy to find because it's got my name in it. Discord.gg/Kismet and, of course, Kismet.gg. I mean, that's a pretty cool website name. Very easy to remember. Still working on the rest of that website, but right now I've got a single page up for you guys to check my calendar and my schedule, all that kind of fun stuff. Now, of course, you do want to help support the stream. If you laughed, you cried, you learned something today, you had fun, I brought a little joy and positivity into your day, then consider going over to Patreon, patreon.com/Kismet. The best way to support the stream and support the Kismet Love Train. Absolutely. So thanks, everybody, for hanging out. I'm going to go ahead and shower you guys with a bunch of Kiz Caps right over there. There we go. Thank you, Jeremiah. I appreciate that. And actually, I'll give a few extra Kiz Caps to the people on Twitch for that. There you go. Sadly, I can't do it on YouTube or anywhere else. It only works on Twitch, sadly. But I try, everybody. I try to give out some love all where I can, for sure. And again, don't also forget to go over and show some love on these particular locations. If I can find that link. There we go. Go over there and show some love over there on Kick. Right now, trying to get to 75 followers. Actually, I forgot to look and see if am I getting close to that? Let's see what I'm at right now. Let's see. Honestly, I don't even remember where to see that. Yes, I'm getting very close. I'm at 61 right now. So about 14 away. So 14 people in the channel right now went to kick.com/KismetBP and hit that follow button. Bam! I'd get it just like that. So make sure to go over there and show some love over there on Kick and get your name over there, as well as Live Space. Another great place to follow and get your name over there before someone else grabs it. I went and got mine. So there we go, everybody. That's it. Gonna roll on out of here. I will see you all, of course, later tonight in about 5 hours from now at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, my time, or 5 hours, whatever time it is your time. All right? See you then. Bye, everybody.
Hi, this is Norber. Thanks for watching. Press the subscribe button. We'll see you